What's up, guys? It's your boy Dali Amor,
Yes, we love.
and welcome back to Trends Talk Trips.
That's right. We are back with another video. Just gonna be traveling somewhere and gonna be talking it up.
We outside, y'all.
All right, moving on to the next one. Domino's, they are giving away $1 million worth of pizzas to students in debt from all these student loans. Thoughts, reactions?
I mean, it's not gonna satisfy the debt, but
That's
I mean, it's a
absolutely true.
nice gesture. It's a nice gesture because I mean, at least you are contributing to something dealing around that area. Every little bit helps, you guys. Like, I mean,
Isn't it sad that people can't eat because they gotta pay these loans off? That's the real problem.
yes. I do feel like in other places in the world and stuff like that, they definitely do not charge you as much to get an education, because you got to think about it. It's kind of like, can I call it an oxymoron? Like,
Yeah.
because it's like you are obtaining a higher education,
Right.
so that you can provide a service that's needed in society.
Right. Hopefully.
You know, like that's needed in society. You get stuck with all of these crazy loans
For years.
and you can't even enjoy the money that you're
Can't.
getting because you
Nope.
got to pay all of this stuff. And I get it. Like if they provided a service for you
Right.
and, you know,
Yeah.
you've gotten what you needed out of it, you should pay something. But I feel like that what they're asking for is crazy.
Always. And it's not like you pay, for the higher education and it like guarantees anything for your future.
Right.
It's really still in your hands. Like you still gotta apply, you still gotta research, you still gotta interview, you still gotta
Be accepted.
be good at it. It's like,
Yeah.
so it's even like crazier to even like realize like you're paying for this, but it's still not a guarantee. And it's thousands. It's not like, $100 here and there. It's thousands.
It is.
So
And they gave you loans, they gave you grants and stuff like that. A person shouldn't even really have to pay until they've actually landed. That's another part, right?
Good point.
Until you've actually landed a job that can satisfy whatever that balance is over a course of time, right? Because it's just like buying a house. You buy a house, you got a mortgage, you got a mortgage. At some point in time, that mortgage will be paid off. That'll be your property. And the only thing you're worried about is like property tax and whatever utilities. But like for these jobs, they are like literally 6 months after you graduate, you have to start paying. If you don't even have the occupation to satisfy that, you're just constantly in debt. They just set you up for failure every chance they get.
Yeah.
Right? They don't teach you how to invest when it comes to they don't teach you how to invest in school or whatever like that. You learn all other types of things, which are helpful in certain aspects, but like they don't teach you the fundamentals of like how to
it's a lot. How to network,
exactly
how to be social in social settings, how to research properly, not just go to the library and figure it out. It's a lot of soft skills that you kind of have to unfortunately learn on your own, which again to the point of why am I paying for this if I have to do it on my own? That's the thing. Like we don't really need to learn history to get a job. Like you really don't, but you still gotta do it. Like, depending on your job, you might not even ever use Microsoft Word or Microsoft Excel, but you still gotta learn it. It's just those little things. Like you don't know what you're gonna need to know, so they kind of teach you everything, but not everything at the same time. Like taxes. How many people they just see all these things on the taxes? They're like, well, I guess the government they taking it out, so it must be right. What you gonna fight? You ain't gonna do nothing. You can't do nothing.
You can't.
That's not even your money, but it's your money. But you don't even know what it means, and that's not a fault to you. It's a fault to the system that we have in place because it's just a curriculum that we just all are just learning because of the teacher and because of the system. That's it. Like certain things, yes, they do help you. Like public speaking, they help you with that. Depending on the teacher, depending on the class. That's the other thing too. Not everything is standardized, even though it's a standardized system. Because you'll have a bunch of students, I love this teacher, this professor was great. And then the other one, oh my God, they just sit there and just look at the PowerPoint. How you gonna learn? Like not everybody learns like that. Some people do, but not everybody does.
Yeah, most people don't actually.
In the real world, you're not gonna be sitting just looking at a screen. You're gonna be hands-on. You're gonna be talking. You're gonna be communicating. You're gonna be researching. Like you gotta learn all that.
Is definitely going to be a factor, a major factor in all of these things. There are people who have done it and has been successful, but you got to think about even with doctors, right? they are still paying off student loans into their old age. Like, that is not okay.
And they're working.
Right. They're actively working, and they're one of the most important industries that you can possibly have, like health. Every day. You know, the health industry, like keeping you alive type situation.
Literally life or death.
Like, that's their industry.
You save somebody or you lose somebody, you go home, that bill is still there. It don't matter. They don't care about what your day was like. You got a bill due. What happened to your day? We don't. What's that? What's a day?
They don't care about your circumstances.
It's past due, and we're gonna charge you more because you can't afford what's already there. How does that even make sense?
Yeah, be like, oh, you can't pay this on time? You don't have the revenues to cover this? Well, we're going to hit you with a late fee so we can add extra to what you already can't handle.
Right. Going back to the Dominos thing, I feel like all these major companies, and Dominos is a pretty big company, it's safe to say. Millions, maybe billions, I don't know the exact amount. They can afford to relieve a lot of debt for a student. But in reality, think about it, is Domino's good?
It's not.
It's not the best thing for you, right? Especially a college student who's in school. You're probably going to eat at the wrong times, midnight or later, or earlier.
It's free, so you're going to be eating it in abundance, which is definitely not pro-health.
But you see we see where it's going now? I still got the loans, but now my health is decreasing. And now you got to choose, do I take care of myself or do I pay these bills off? I think we just need to come together, understand like, hey, we are paying for this service, cool, but it does not need to be this high because even my salary wouldn't be that high to even match what I'm learning.
Agreed.
Because the value that I'm learning is not gauged on the type of job that I have or the monetary value that I'm getting. Because you still got to learn stuff when you're working. There's not a job out there that you got hired for and you're just like, okay, I know everything. I don't gotta research nothing. I don't gotta study. I don't gotta read the book. I don't gotta read the contract I signed. No, you gotta do all of that. Yeah. Because there's always rules. There's always things that you thought maybe you did know, but you need a refresher. Or maybe this company does it a little differently. You gotta learn it. Companies should come together, relieve some of the stress with the loans, and understand that. That's it. That's what I think.
I agree.
The pizza ain't cutting it.
I agree. And
give me a check.
Because as soon as you said the pizza, I was just thinking in my head, like, why not something healthier? But
just give me the money. How about instead of you give the pizza, give me the money?
Yeah, actually.
That is what you making the food that costs money. Actually, give me the money.
So I get that. I get the concept and what you're talking about when it comes down to that. Throw the pizza away. Just put the money there so that things are being satisfied.
And you know, it's always sad to say this, but when things are free, it don't sound right. That's all I'm saying.
Because nothing in life is free,
What in this world that somebody has offered you for free and you felt good about it? Unless it was somebody really close to you.
There's always a catch.
If you see a stranger walking around handing out candy, what do they tell you to do? Check the candy. Make sure it's not open, loose, or don't even take it because you can't trust anybody.
Right. Who cares? Especially if he has like a white van or something like that.
Don't do it.
Stand clear.
And that's the problem. I think it is a bigger thing of like companies that come together, work a little bit harder, or maybe just lessen the loans. Like, what are we even paying for real? What are we really paying for? Where's the money going?
Let me explain you something, right? With all of the people who are still in debt, people who can't even make payments on that, you're just putting yourself more in debt, actually. Because these balances are not being satisfied. So it's like you make it a certain amount just for people not to be able to pay anyway, and you still be in the same spot that you're in. But the only thing that you have to show for is, well, they still owe me. Owing a person is still equivalent to just being broke because you're still not getting what you need. You just have on record that, oh, this person owes. Yeah. I would rather have my money versus being owed. I'd rather give you a reasonable price so it's actually able to be satisfied versus giving you something that's unreasonable, which we all are signing up for this or whatever. Whoever has student loans or whatever like that, you're signing up for this. But it's like, and the only way that you can do this, only way you can get in higher education is if you make that sacrifice. But then that sacrifice comes with not being able to land whatever job that you're trying to get within the field that you went to school for.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be in our lifetime, but we're going to see. But let's go pick up this food, and then we're going to come back.
Yes. See you guys in a sec.